Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Jolly by Nature, and we are here bringing you our Week 2 matchup in the Blastburn Radio Community Draft League. It is your Naptown Ninjasks taking on our division rivals, our Sun Conference Kalos division rivals, Youngster Timmy and his Death Valley Heatran. This is a really important match. If you're not familiar with the format of our league, it is formatted much like the National Football League, the NFL Football League, and that means that we are directly competing with the three other teams in our division for one playoff spot. We play them each twice, and those are the most important matches in the league. So this match is huge, incredibly high stakes. Timmy and the Heatran are currently 0-1. They lost a very good match to Darizard and her Olivine City Volties last week, and this is actually really hype, you guys, because we actually know that the other two teams in our division played each other this week, and with how that battle turned out, they are both 1-1. So if we can pick up the W this week against Tim, then at that point we're in the lead in the division. It's still really early, obviously. A lot of stuff can happen between now and playoff time, but we can take that early lead, which is huge. We really want that. Now, Tim has a really threatening roster, although there's a problem with it, and obviously we're going to talk about that. As always, you can see the 6 that I expect him to bring on the overlay, but his team in total consists of Heatran, Primarina, Slurpuff, Nidoqueen, Honchkrow, Avalugg, Mega Venusaur, Haxorus, Lucario, Mismagius, and Electivire. Now, guys, this is a really strong roster, and there's a lot of threats here, obviously. Heatran is a big problem for my team. Last week, we won largely on the back of Rotom, Mo, and Sylveon, and Heatran, bops the shit out of both of those. So that's not great for me. Mega Venusaur is a hugely threatening wall breaker and is just, always a problem. Period. Just always good for a bad time, as it were. Slurpuff does a lot of things. It can set sticky webs. Obviously, it can set up with Belly Drum and Unburden to just become a monstrous sweeper of a little fat snack cake. And then Haxorus is an absolute monster. But this team is slow, guys. It's really slow. The fastest speed tier on this entire roster is Mismagius at 105. Nothing else breaks base 100. Now, again, Tim has tools to work around that, obviously. Slurpuff has Sticky Webs and has Unburden. Haxorus has Dragon Dance. So these are all things. Honchkrow and Lucario both have really powerful priority, but those are all situational and require setup and this, that, and the other. Whereas we're just way faster than this team. So I actually feel really good about this matchup. I feel better about this particular matchup than any of our other division matches in the season, if I'm being honest. Not that I think Tim has a bad team by any stretch, but I think we match up better against Tim's team than against any of our other division rivals. But I definitely think we see Heatran this week. Again, it's good against Jirachi. It's good against Rotom. It's good against Sylveon. There's no reason not to bring it. For the same reason, I think we're going to see Venusaur. Again, good against Sylveon. Good against Rotom, and just in general a fantastic mon. Mega Pidgeot obviously has a really good matchup there, but a lot of my team struggles to break Venusaur, and I think that it still doesn't make anything close to sense to not bring it. Primarina, I think Primarina has one of the better matchups here, especially just because it's such a powerful wall breaker. It can just break through pretty much anything, which is a problem. I definitely think Slurpuff comes. The big question, the big 50-50 is whether it is a defensive supporting Sticky Webs type Slurpuff or whether it is a more offense beat 'em up Belly Drum type Slurpuff, and we're gonna find out together. Stay tuned. Haxorus, I think, also definitely comes, and I'm really concerned about Honchkrow, you guys. Honchkrow is a big problem for Jirachi and a big problem for Gengar with the combination of Sucker Punch and Pursuit. That being said, Tim's roster is incredibly well balanced. Almost anything could potentially come this week. I would not be at all surprised to see Nidoqueen. I would not be at all surprised to see Miss Magius or Lucario. I wouldn't be surprised to see Avalugg necessarily, and even Electivire. Like, I could see a scarfed Electivire, like, aimed directly at the heart of my Mega Pidgeot to come. Nothing is off the table here. So I think that no matter how well we guessed, I think Tim is going to surprise us somewhere. That being said, I feel like our roster and our team matches up very, very well against this one. So let's talk a little bit about the sets we're bringing. And it's important to note, I brought some fire tech and I brought some really, really cool things that are teched specifically to beat Tim. I didn't bring all my tech. I still have really, really cool sets that I think do really well against him, that I thought, maybe they don't partner well with some of these sets, and maybe I'm going to hold them back for the second match. So I'm not throwing everything we have at him, but I'm throwing, I think, enough of what we have at him. So let's look at the team. Our team this week, we are starting off with Starchild and Jirachi, and we are running a Choice Scarfed Timid Special Jirachi. Scarf Jirachi with this much speed outspeeds everything. The only thing that will outspeed this Jirachi is Scarf Miss Magius. That's the only thing Tim can possibly bring to outspeed Starchild. Otherwise, Starchild outspeeds max speed Slurpuff after the Unburden boost. It also outspeeds Haxorus at +1. So very, very fast Star thing. Or I guess more accurately, very slow opposing things. But again, we talked about that. We are rocking a learn set here that is aimed directly at the heart of our opponents. I chose to go special this week for a couple of reasons. One, for the particular coverage that we're running, but two, and I think this is the bigger reason, because we can still run Steel, Psychic, Ice, Physical, but my gut is that if defensive supporting Slurpuff does come this week, it comes physically defensive, because I think that Tim is going to prep for a more conventional, a more standard Jirachi set featuring Iron Head and Fishing for Flinches. So I think it's going to be better able to live Iron Head than Flash Cannon, so we wanted to bring Flash Cannon. But yeah, Flash Cannon is here 100% just to murder the shit out of that Slurpuff. Psyshock is here for Venusaur. I think that Venusaur comes specially defensive this week because it knows that Mega Pidgeot fucks it up, and so Psyshock hits physically and does great damage there. Icy Wind is the tech though, you guys. Again, Starchild outspeeds +1 Haxorus, and then Icy Winds does like 55% to Haxorus on the Icy Wind and slows it down so that it can't get another speed boost. So he can keep clicking Dragon Dance. He's never going to get above +1, and he's never going to outspeed me. He can potentially KO me. Like, I can come in on +1 Haxorus, click Icy Wind, slow it down, and he KOs me, but then he's slow again and we outspeed him with other things. So whether he KOs Starchild or not, Starchild keeps him from getting his speed up to +2 and from running wild all over our team, which is great. It's great tech for this set. We are bringing Valkyrie the Mega Pidgeot once again, and we're bringing a modest set this week. Once again, that lack of speed kind of biting Tim in the ass a little bit, because I can run modest max speed and still hit the speed tiers that I need to. Valkyrie is running Hurricane as always. Obviously, this is our single best tool to remove the Mega Venusaur, and it also hits almost everything super fucking hard. The only thing on Tim's team that wants to eat a Valkyrie Hurricane is that Heatran. Everything else wants fucking none of it. We are also running Hidden Power Ground on Valkyrie specifically for that Heatran. If that Heatran is not Assault Vest, HP Ground fucks it up. U-Turn, as always, is very, very good on Mega Pidgeot. We can threaten things out and get switch momentum. And then we're running Defog. I was really torn on this, you guys. I was really torn on this because I really wanted Roost. Like, I really, especially with Sylveon not being in this match, I am aching for some longevity. That being said, Sticky Webs are so bad. All the speed advantage that I have in this matchup goes right the fuck out the window if Tim gets his webs up. So I need to be able to reliably remove them. For that reason, we are running 2 hazard removers this week, including Defog on Valkyrie. So hopefully we don't have to use it. If Valkyrie comes out and does something as passive as defogging, that's a loss, frankly, on the match. But if it's that or leave webs up, we definitely don't want the webs to stay up. So Valkyrie obviously has a lot of really, really good utility in this matchup. We are bringing Aggro the Gigalith for the first time on the season. We are bringing a fairly standard, specially bulky leftovers set with Stealth Rocks, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Toxic. This set is really, really good because it beats Heatran, first of all. Tran might be tempted to stay in, especially an offensive Heatran, to try to hit it with like Flash Cannon. But we live any one hit. I think even... Actually, good question. Do we live Steelium Z? Yeah, actually, Steelium Z has a 6% chance to KO. So yes, we even live Steelium Z from offensive Heatran, which is dope. That's modest max special attacks, super effective Steelium Z. We live it, we Earthquake, we bop it. Toxic obviously is good against a lot of this team. Well, I mean, a fair amount. Unfortunately, we can't Toxic the Venusaur, we can't Toxic the Heatran, which stinks, but it still does enough. And Stealth Rock is really, really good on this matchup if we can get it up. Particularly if that Honchkrow comes, we definitely want that chip damage. We're bringing Jawsome the Garchomp this week, and we are bringing an Expert Belt wall breaking set, mixed wall breaking set. We are running Hasty Natured with a bunch of speed investment and max physical attack with a little bit of special attack. With Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Poison Jab, and Fire Blast. Dragon Claw bops the shit out of Haxorus. Earthquake bops the shit out of most things, frankly. Not everything, but certainly destroys Heatran and does significant damage to everything else. Poison Jab is here for the fairies, so for Primarina and for Slurpuff both, and Fire Blast is here 100% in case that Avalugg shows its face. Avalugg is super duper physically bulky, especially is paper. So if we're able to get off a coverage Fire Blast, it doesn't one hit KO, not without like special attack investment beyond what we've given to Jawsome, but it does a whole lot of damage and softens it up for the rest of the team, which is real good. We're bringing Hypnotic the Gengar for the first time on this season, and Hypnotic is potentially our win con on this match. Hypnotic's looking very, very good, you guys. We're rocking a substitute set this week, pretty much for Honchkrow. There are some other things that Sub is potentially useful for, surprise Scarfers, things like that, or like if Nidoqueen comes and is bulky, can live 2 hits, then Sub is obviously really, really good there. But Sub is here primarily to allow us to come in on something we threaten, to get the substitute up as he switches into Honchkrow, and then live the Sucker Punch to KO it. Shadow Ball hits almost everything on this team. Sludge Wave hits everything Shadow Ball does not. And then Z Focus Blast does a tremendous amount of damage to Heatran, which is almost certainly Timmy's best switch into this Gengar. So if we can just get the right damage on the right Mon, and in particular suss out that Heatran set, Hypnotic is in a great place to do big work in this matchup. Last but not least, we have Bismarck the Wartortle. Your boy Pat has been up in here talking shit about Bismarck and how he's not a good value in an E-tier pick. So guess what? Bismarck is here to fuck you up, Tim. Hope you're ready for him. We are rocking a specially defensive Eviolite Wartortle. Look at that special defense, 284, not including the boost from Eviolite. This thing is fat. It is chonky. And we are rocking a fairly standard moveset of Scald, Ice Beam, Rapid Spin, and Toxic. Now, is Bismarck offensively threatening? No, not particularly. It does actually a fairly respectable amount of damage to Heatran with Scald, and obviously a lot of things don't want to switch in on that Scald in case it burns. Ice Beam does a pretty respectable amount of damage to Honchkrow, which is really, really nice. And Primarina does not appreciate being toxic, but Bismarck is here for a couple of purposes. A, we really need to keep rocks off the field. Pidgeot is important, is not running Roost, and we don't want it to get worn down. So keeping rocks off our side of the field is, I mean, it's not the most important, right? The rest of our team holds up pretty well to it, but we don't want them, and we definitely don't want webs. And Bismarck should be able to fairly reliably get the Rapid Spin off, which is dope. Bismarck also handily lives any attacks from Heatran and from Primarina, and again can spin if there's hazards, and if not can get chip damage off, can get status off, which is really good. Bismarck is almost certainly going to get knocked out in this battle. That is okay as long as he does his job. So that's the team, guys. I'm really excited for this matchup. I think it's going to be a really fun one. I've never battled Tim before, but Pat is an absolute monster, and I know he's been teaching Tim everything he has, so I am sure he's going to bring some tech, and he's going to make me work for it tonight. But all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and link up with our opponent, and we will get the battle going, so stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back, and, well, we got some stuff right. It looks like actually the only thing we mispredicted is we had Nidoqueen come instead of Haxorus. All right, that's actually probably a good bring on Tim's part. Again, we definitely had an answer for the Haxorus, so good game on his part. Let's go ahead and get our overlay up to date. All right, now we just need to decide on our lead. I think we lead Starchild here every time. I don't see a reason not to. Well, no, Hanscrow's here. Hanscrow, if Hanscrow leads, Hanscrow could pursue Starchild and fuck up the whole game. I think we're fairly safe to lead Aggro. Aggro handles everything not named Primarina. Yeah. Even if Slurpuff leads and clicks Belly Drum and KOs Aggro, we just go out into Jirachi. So yeah, we lead Aggro here. Okay, there's the Nidoqueen. We should be able to live any one hit from this thing pretty handily. Let's just go ahead and get our rocks up. She could want to Toxic me, and that would be unfortunate, actually, but like, I definitely don't want to switch Gengar in here. Oh, Earth Power, see. Oh, wow, that's a really, really offensive Nidoqueen. That's really offensive, actually. Is that Specs damage? No, that is not Specs damage. That might actually be just Timid Life Orb. I think that is Timid Life Orb. Okay. Well, I think we go Bismarck here. I think we kind of have to. We could go Valkyrie and pivot. Does he call us doing that though? Can we? I can't really afford to risk Valkyrie on the switch in if he calls it. I definitely can't switch into Starchild on an Earth Power. Yeah, he could click Ice Beam, which means, yeah, I think I have to go Bismarck here, or just let Aggro go down. But that doesn't feel... Aggro doesn't go down, though. I think I stay in and just Earthquake. Yeah, we just stay in an Earthquake. Get damage. There we go. Yeah, now this Nidoqueen's neutralized. She can take Aggro at this point. That's fine. We just come out and Revenge Kill. Okay, so Aggro goes down. Got rocks up. Put in chip damage. That's fine. That does get rid of one of our switch-ins to Heatran, which is annoying. But as long as the rocks stay up, I'm not the most concerned. I think we just go Valkyrie here and click Hurricane. Right? Yeah, I don't see a reason not to. We're gonna Mega, and we're gonna click Hurricane. Or wait. HP Ground does it. I think we HP Ground because he's not gonna switch into Honchkrow here. Yeah, we're gonna HP Ground. Yo, let's go. I mean, we have to do it again. He's gonna switch out, but we can't let that opportunity pass us by. We have to try to do it again. Wait. Don't wanna be hasty. Okay, so he's probably the specially defensive set with the amount of damage that we just did. In fact, he might actually be Assault Vest. Yeah, we have to HP if we have any hope of KOing him. He's not gonna stay out though. He can't, right? I gotta HP. I have to. He's gonna switch, but if he doesn't and I take a huge hit on Valkyrie for no reason, that's such a misplay. Like, he only has one safe switch in Honchkrow, and Honchkrow just loses to Hurricane, so that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. He can't KO me with Sucker Punch here, so we just Hurricane. Yep, and there goes the Honchkrow, and that frees up Gengar. Sweet ass. Oh, wrong one. That one. Okay, here comes Primarina. We definitely do not KO Primarina here. I think we U-turn into Bismarck. Yep. There we go. Eat it up. Eat it up like candy. And we're just going to Toxic. Admittedly, half his team he can switch into basically for free here. He can. Do I call the switch? Well, first of all, hold on. Okay, that was not Specs damage. So that's good to know. I don't know what set it is, but it's definitely not Specs. Which means he could Energy Ball here. I'm going to Toxic. He's probably going to go Venusaur, but I don't know. I don't know that I'm ahead enough that I can make that bold prediction, especially since Jirachi switches in so well to Venusaur. Oh, Moonblast and gets the crit. Oh, that crit's unfortunate. Okay, we get the Toxic though. That's fine. Do I sit here in front of this thing? I think I kind of have to. Yeah, I just sit here in front of it. Okay, here comes Venusaur. If we can get a burn off, that'd be real fun. Nope, no burn. All right, well, we just go Star Child. Okay, he Leech Seeds. That's okay. We're just gonna U-turn. I don't know if he stays in here or not, but either way, we're U-turning out into something. Oh, there's Heatran. I'm just gonna go back into Valkyrie. And we're gonna HP ground again, because we're not yet in a position where Hurricane KOs Heatran. I do need to be careful. Slurpuff is still in the back, and the fact that he's holding Slurpuff in the back tells me it is most likely that setup set. Like, that thing is almost certainly Belly Drum, or it would have come out by now to try to set webs. Okay, there's a Slurpuff. No, it's fat. Okay, so it's not unburdened. Okay, we just did 23 with Hidden Power Ground, which is consistent with a physically defensive set. Okay, which means Hurricane should KO it. Hurricane should bop it. No, it lived, but it's confused, yo. Oh, I'm sure that confusion mattered. I'm sorry, Tim. That fucking sucks. Well, we HP ground here. Okay, Slurpuff's done. At this point, Valkyrie might just secure the 6th sweep. Like, I'm not seeing how Tim fights back from this position. It is possible if this thing, well, we know this thing's not Scarf, it's not Choiced. Okay, so we just KO it. I mean, I suppose unless it's Assault Vest, and then it could potentially live, but I think that in the... Am I taking a stupid risk here if it's Assault Vest? Yeah, a little bit. We're going to U-turn. And go back into Bismarck. I'm probably just tanking my own KDR for no reason at all, but I do not want to let my bird friend die. Bismarck, you absolute mad lad, you. Do I get cheeky here? No, because he could Ice Beam. I'm at 1%. He's got no reason to click. Oh, he did click Moonblast. I could have saved him. That's all right. That's fine. Bismarck definitely did his job. We go Valkyrie here. We just click Hurricane. Well, I'm a dummy. I should have just clicked Hurricane to begin with. We knew he outspec. Well, no, that was never the question. It wasn't was he Scarf. It was he Assault Vest. Ha, I'm smart. Okay, Pre-Marine is gone. Okay, out comes the Nidoqueen. Yeah, at this point, it's just mopping up. Down goes the Nidoqueen. Down goes Heatran. I don't think we can one-hit KO Bop this Venusaur, but I don't see how it one-hit KOs us. No, we did one-hit KO Bop it, and there it goes. All right, guys, so that is our Week 2 match. Your Naptown Ninjasks climb to 2-0 with this big 4-0 victory against Youngster Timmy and his Death Valley Heatrans. Tim, buddy, good game. That was really, really well fought. Valkyrie came in huge for us this week. Definitely loving that bird. But that's going to be it for us for this week, guys. We will be back next week, of course, where your Ninjasks will be taking on... One of these days, I'll look at that actually like ahead of time. That would be really helpful. Next week, when your Naptown Ninjasks take on Old School Bliss and his Alolan Surfing Sylveons, which should be a really interesting match. Bliss is one of the most creative team builders in the BBR community, and it's going to be really interesting to see what he throws at us out of his very diverse roster. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I have been Jolly by Nature, and I will see you guys next time.